Since we all knew that number sense lays the foundation for mathematical knowledge in the early years, we chose that as our overarching topic. Specifically, we wanted to look at patterning or patterns in number. We planned a series of clinical interview tasks. Our observations of students completing those tasks led us to be curious about how children develop their sense of number and quantity comparisons. We were especially intrigued by how students use their fingers to show amounts when we asked them to show more than, less than. We shifted our inquiry to number and specifically the composition and decomposition of number. We created 3 interview tasks focused on subitizing, patterning, making a set that was more than, less than, or the same as a given set, less than 5. We found that task 3 provided the most information for this group of students. We were interested in the fact that some students couldn't create a set that was more, less, or the same, with the 2-sided counters, even though they could show us with their fingers. Through our own classroom experiences and through reading relevant research, we recognized that 5 is an important number to focus on. It is also halfway to 10, which is a number that gains increasing importance as children advance through mathematics. Therefore, our focus turned to composing and decomposing to 5. We hope that selecting this topic as our lesson study focus would help to familiarize children with 5 and the numbers that compose 5. In addition, we also hope that this would facilitate their abilities to compare quantities up to 5, since they will be working extensively with these numbers to decompose to 5. We co-planned a whole group lesson, 5 Monkeys, and all team members tried it out in their classrooms. During the debrief, the teacher team expressed discontent with the outcome of the lesson. They found that some students were disengaged, and because it was in a whole group context, the teachers could not attend to all students to access their mathematical thinking. As a result, some of the members met and co-planned another exploratory lesson to address some of the issues they faced.
With your fingers, I want on both hands, I want you to show me how you can make 5.
It's on 2 hands. One's on this hand and some are on this hand. Is there another way to make 5 on 2 hands? Play with your fingers and let's see. So count all your fingers and see if you have 5 all together, but on 2 different hands. Oh, look. So, what do you have over here?
Come up and show us. This is Jonah. So what's on this hand?
4.
And what's on this hand?
1.
4 and 1. Okay.
Should we count them all to see if it's 5 all together?
Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good.
Do you want to make it another way? Look what you made. Do you want to tell me all about it? Do you want to make it another way?
Make it a different way.
We'll just go here, Miss Cookie.
Hold on, Jonah. Let me finish with Caitlin.
I can't open this.
Jonah, why do you think it goes there, Jonah?
Some teachers tried an exploratory lesson that involved small group work around a bakery. From that debrief, the team began to explore how to create explicit, small group, problem-based lessons in a playful context. We then designed lessons that followed a similar format to the 5 Bakery to continue to explore components that would be important to the public lesson, such as the teacher-ECE partnership, success criteria, and real-life context for problem solving, context that students wanted to return to independently during free choice activities.
Look on here. How many here? 1, 5.
Through the exploratory lessons, we worked on composing and decomposing to 5 with their students. After students became more familiar with the concept of 5, the teachers decided to introduce 10. Exploration was done in some classrooms with a focus on 10 and the 10 frame. For the particular classroom chosen, the public lesson was the first time students had worked with the number 10. We did a brief input lesson on the day before, and the students worked with 10 in the flower shop. After the public lesson, we had a debriefing session with the teaching team and the audience whereby everyone had an opportunity to discuss what they observed and learned about students' mathematical thinking through watching the public lesson. Zoe Donahue, our discussant, then wrapped up the dialogue. On another day, we gathered for a final team meeting and reflected on what we had learned about students' mathematical thinking in the early years, and how the lesson study approach had helped us professionally develop as teachers. In addition, we also re-administered the clinical interview task to the same sample of students from the beginning of the process. To our delight, all of them had improved dramatically on their performance in Task 3. Many of them also had a stronger foundation on the composition, decomposition of 5 and 10. These post-tests provided us with valuable information on what we need to work on further with our students and where their understanding now lies.